85-year-old Iew Gill gets emotional at the thought of having to move out of her home. She has spent over 50 years of her life and raised a family in the cramped 2-room set in a 1-story building in these narrow alleys of the Punjabi Lane in Shillong.
कैसे जाए सारा बचपन जवानी शादी बुढ़ापा सब यहाँ हुआ है? अभी तो बहुत रोना आता है। यहाँ तो अच्छा ही टाइम गुजरा है, जवानी बुढ़ापा अब तो बिल्कुल लास्ट हो गया।
Iew is not alone though. 70-year-old Iew Kaur shares similar concerns. She came to Shillong after getting married at the age of 18 and has been witness to all the developments in the city for over 5 decades now.
इधर में तो 3 पीढ़ी गुजर गया है एक जगह पर। अभी बोलता है कि निकलो, अभी जो केस पार्टी उठ गया उठ बोलता निकलो, नहीं तो पहले कोई जात नहीं बोला था निकलो।
Iew Mawlong, the 2.5-acre Punjabi Lane, also referred to as the Harijan Colony, near the famous Bara Bazar area, is home to 342 families. A majority of the residents are Dalit Sikhs. Their roots go back over a century when they were first brought here by the British as manual scavengers and sanitation workers. But clashes between the aboriginal Khassis and these Dalits still continue over the indigeneity of the latter. Today, they live in Iew Mawlong, but it might not be long before they are permanently relocated.
The debate over the relocation of residents of Iew Mawlong in Shillong has been going on for decades. Even though there have been various attempts by stakeholders and civil society to arrive at an amicable conclusion, we seem no closer to a way out. How can the Harijan residents and the indigenous communities ensure a solution to all?
Soon after India's independence, these Dalit Sikhs were enrolled under the Shillong Municipal Board and then assigned to different state government offices and hospitals. According to them, the land they are living in was donated to them by the Iew of Mawlong village in the 1800s. An old document from the Khasi royalty stated that the Iew and Darbar Hima Mawlong never issued any land documents to the community. The government too denies the community having any land ownership.
Now, the Harijan Panchayat Committee claims that the land was gifted to them by their ancestors by tribal chief of Hima Mawlong. Is this true?
No. See again, if you talk about this, I think it's too early to say anything because this particular case is already in the High Court, Honorable High Court. If you want to, to fight in the court, let the court decide. We are nobody to decide anything because we have already submitted all the documents that we have, all the papers that we have. So let them also submit it. Claim, counterclaim will be there naturally, but ultimately the court is there to decide.
There is, however, a valid document for the Gurudwara, the Valmiki Mandir, and the Guru Nanak Lower Primary School. Tribal groups in Meghalaya have been demanding the relocation of Punjabi Lane residents for many decades now. They argue that a prime commercial area near Bara Bazar shouldn't hold residential homes.
The agitations, the movement against the residents, the settlers in Iew Mawlong, it is not a new one. Actually, in the year 1996, the agitation is much more severe than in 2018. 3 people died in that clash. So the reason that we are opposing is that they have been settling there illegally, and it is present in the middle of a commercial area of Eviction. And as the government states that they also states that they are employees of the government, specifically the Shillong Municipal Board, so they have every right to settle there. Well, people, if they reside in any government quarters, if they retire, then they will have to move out. And the government can also, a department to be specific, can also relocate any of its employee or employees to another place or area due to certain circumstances.
An altercation between a Sikh woman who lived in the colony and a Khasi bus driver over parking spot for Meghalaya State Transport Corporation bus on May 31st, 2018 once again brought the Sikh-Khasi divide out in the open. Members of the Sikh community in Punjabi Lane said that a Sikh woman was harassed by Khasi men, after which she and 4 other women living in the settlement beat them up. The Khasis said that after the argument about parking, they were assaulted by men from the Punjabi Lane colony. This matter was seemingly settled after the feuding parties reached a formal compromise at the local cantonment board police station during the day. The agreement written by the bus driver in Khasi stated that he had no hard feelings towards the Sikh woman and man accused in Thursday's altercation. However, the peace was short-lived. By evening, rumors spread on social media with claims that 2 Khasi men had been beheaded or murdered by the Sikhs. Tribals clashed with the police station outside the Punjabi Lane, leaving at least 10 policemen and several Khasis injured. To protect the Sikhs, a curfew was enacted and the paramilitary forces were called in. Miscreants allegedly threw stones and petrol bombs at security personnel after being prevented from entering the Punjabi settlement. The demand to relocate Sikhs intensified thereon. Journalists Albert Marwin and Reining Lungdaw were on ground to cover the violence. They recalled the day of the violence and how things escalated quickly through social media.
When that incident took place, actually I was in the office, and then when I received a news from one of my colleagues, then he told me that some incident happened there in Iew Mawlong. Then he told me to rush to that spot. When I reached there, actually the situation is already trying to calm down, and then all the youths who gathered there also, they were dispersed from that place. But at the evening, around 6 above, then that incident, that pelling stone is happening. So when we reach there again, we don't know exactly how it happens, because during the daytime, that incident has already calmed down, and then evening again, the local youth were gathering there, and then they started pelling stone to the police who were there. So even me also, actually, I was there, So when I reached at that spot, so only few of them, they were gathered and then they fell soon to the police. But as the time goes by, and then many youths were there again. And then when many youths were there, so the situation is worsened.
Social media has really played a very damaging role in society, where we don't know who has spread what kind of information, and especially when it comes to spreading wrong information, it's very fast. And it seems that even people also tend to convincingly believe that whatever spread through social media is true, even though most of the time we as a journalist, newspapers and local TV channel, they have to clarify over wrong information being spread through social media. So it is very difficult, and that's why the government also then, during that incident, it has suspended the internet, because it was so much the spread of wrong information to everyone in the state.
Over the years, the residents of Punjabi Lane of Shillong tried to explore jobs outside the municipal board. For some, their small businesses along the lane are their only source of income. A grocery store owner, Sonia Kaur, points out that even if they were relocated to another area, they cannot sustain a business being outsiders.
We are not satisfied to go out. See, within months we cannot stand outside. Here we are already standing in our feet. We are earning. We can afford in and everything. But outside we can't. And as like we are having a business here over here. Outside there, no one is going to give us the shops. And how will we stand and to give food to our son and daughters? And how will we stand again?
Those like Sonia have been at the receiving end of the 6th schedule of the Constitution that seeks to safeguard the rights of tribal population through the formation of the autonomous district councils. A major part of Northeast India is under the 6th schedule and allows the autonomous district councils to make laws that forbid outsiders to purchase tribal land. The community, however, claims that a 2008 letter from the Iew Mawlong to the Meghalaya Electricity Board chairman confirmed their permanent settlement in the area.
जैसा सीएम ऑफ मिलियम ने जो मतलब हम लोग को लिख के दिया है, और जो टेम्पल्स जो है उसका लिए पट्टा दिया है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के लिए जो एनओसी दिया है लोगों को, मतलब यहाँ पे 60 जो यहाँ पे लैंड होल्डर है उन लोग सबको सीएम ऑफ मिलियम ने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के लिए दिया था, पानी का कनेक्शन दिया था। और इस तरह से जो वोटर लिस्ट है, हम लोग यहाँ पे फर्स्ट इलेक्शन जो हुआ इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया का 152 में, उसमें भी हम लोगों के लोगों ने वोट दिया है। उस टाइम का भी वोटर लिस्ट है, गवर्नमेंट का रिकॉर्ड में है। 71 मेघालय बनने का बाद का भी है, वो सब प्रूफ है हम लोग का पास में। और इतने सालों से लोग जो म्यूनिसिपालिटी में और दूसरा डिपार्टमेंट में काम करता है, वो सब भी प्रूफ है। किसी का कोई रिटायर हुआ तो उसका रिटायरमेंट ऑर्डर है, पेंशन बुक है। लेकिन ये हम लोग अनऑथराइज कैसे हुआ? जब सीएम ऑफ मिलियम ने डॉक्यूमेंट दिया हुआ, लिख के दिया है कि हम लोग 1853 के से पहले से हम लोग यहाँ पे रह रहे हैं। 1853 से पहले से हम लोग यहाँ पे रह रहे हैं, वो सीएम ऑफ मिलियम ने लिख के दिया है। और वो बोला है कि हम लोग ये हम जो राजा था उसने हम लोगों को यहाँ पे रहने के लिए जगह दिया, हमारा कम्युनिटी को।
Punjabi Lane has also been dubbed a den of anti-social activities by Khasi organizations.
But to provide land to them, it is unreasonable when we oppose to that, and if the government comply to their demands, then we will have to take our next course of action. The commuters from those areas, they face the same problems. The traders in that area, they are being extorted, they are being pickpocketed, they are being robbed, and there are allegations that women are being assaulted, molested inside buses.
Gurjeet Singh, however, denies the KSU's claims.
केएसयू तो ना देखिए, केएसयू आज से नहीं, केएसयू 30-40 साल से तो हम ही देख रहे हैं कि केएसयू ब्लेम करता है। लेकिन अभी देखिए ये लोकेलिटी है पूरा बाजार के अंदर, और आप देखिए क्योंकि आजकल तो जगह जगह में सीसीटीवी है। पहले तो केएसयू बोलेगा तो मान लेता था सब लोग, आजकल तो पुलिस भी नहीं मानता ना कि ये हम लोग कर रहे हैं ना कौन कर रहा है। अभी देखिए 4 साल से दोनों साइड में पुलिस बैठा हुआ है, और यहाँ पे सोचो कि डीएसपी आता है, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से मजिस्ट्रेट का यहाँ पे ड्यूटी रहता है, वो लोग देखता है हम लोग का कितना इलीगल काम करता है, वो लोग तो सब मालूम है। एक आदमी यहाँ पे जब गुजर जाता है उसका भी वो लोग रिकॉर्ड करता है कि यहाँ पे वो आदमी गुजर गया, कौन था, कैसे था। मतलब पिछले 4 साल से पूरा यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट का जो है पूरा निगरानी है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का थ्रू से। तो हम लोग तो कोई गलत काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। अगर गलत काम करते तो पुलिस थाना में भी तो रिकॉर्ड होगा ना कि क्या यहाँ पे क्या क्या हो रहा है।
On October 30th, 2021, the Meghalaya government took possession of the Punjabi Lane and handed it over to the Urban Affairs Department. The Harijan community agreed to relocate if the conditions set by them were met by the government. The community demanded 200 square meter land for each family and rupees 20 lakh as construction cost. Preston Tinsong, the Deputy Chief Minister of Meghalaya, heads the high-level committee leading the relocation of the Harijan Colony residents. He termed these demands illogical.
The last meeting we had, I've already communicated to them directly. I said, see, your demand is illogical. Why don't you come up with a reasonable demand? So therefore, ultimately, I told them, wait, now let government place before you all the detailed blueprint. What we wanted to do, how to go about it. But that, as I said to you, we are waiting. I'm still waiting for the detailed blueprint from Urban Affairs Department. Once that is done, then I will call them. We are serious about this issue. It has been more than 50 years now. We are really serious and will make sure that we reach to a permanent solution on this.
Shillong has witnessed communal flare-ups in 1979, 1984, 1987, 1992, and most recently in 2018. Over the past few months, we have seen several important developments in the quest for relocating residents of the Harijan Colony. It seems as if both parties know what the other party wants, but are reluctant to concede even an inch. The government, on the other hand, is almost relieved that the matter lies in the hands of the courts now. With just 1 year to go for elections, the Sangma government would be praying for a magical solution to this issue, or even a delay in the court order until the elections are over. But will the two communities ever see eye to eye? That remains to be seen.
Over the past few months, we have seen several important developments in the quest for relocating residents of the Harijan Colony. The Harijan Panchayat Committee put forward certain conditions in front of the government, but locals have opposed these. The Urban Affairs Department is preparing a blueprint to chart the next course of action. Yet, one cannot be sure if the set blueprint will be acceptable to all. So will we finally arrive at a solution, or will the stalemate continue? Only time can tell.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.